strange test. I've got Mad Lions winning this one as well, but I don't think it'll be easy. I just think, you know, this Virtus.pro lineup, they're going to be hard to play. I think almost always they're going to be hard to prepare for. So we'll find out how it's going to go. They're starting on the CT side, Mad Lions on the T side, and they're quick. They've run a 3-man Glock train all the way up past the birthday party area and are down through connected. They've checked everything. Wow.
The good old around the world strategy. Yeah. Everyone rush towards top stairs, rush all the way down to the door, rush back up the stairs, and to the A bombs that we go. Bubsky still lurking over towards the other side of the map. It's only Jame. He's the only one at this bomb site, and he's not getting away. And that's the bomb plant, and that's probably the pistol round.
And Bubsky's flanking them down from B. He's actually running up not that far behind the line of players you see running up here to try and see if they could defuse the bomb, which is intensely unlikely at the moment. Kickard has got a smoke and a defuse kit. I think that's the... Oh, well, never mind. He's got shot in the face already. Bubsky with the flank. Oh, wow. This is a brutal round coming out from Mad Lions. Very, very hot start. Buster, you can see he's sort of looking behind him saying, wait a minute. Yeah, they had... I mean, they had a very good strategy, but I think even worse. Virtus.pro had about the worst possible defense. I mean, that's not their fault. It's just that can happen sometimes. It's like the worst mismatch possible from Virtus.pro's point of view. Yeah. That's a bit of a shame, but Shush with a triple.
The hard part is Jame is the only player at that A bomb site. You just don't have information until it's too late. It's like by the time you actually find out what's coming, he couldn't even get back to bank. He was already getting tagged by the time he got to the APC. So that's really unfortunate for him. And the rest of Virtus.pro, who have only beat Heroic. How do you feel about that? They've only beaten Heroic in like 5 months.
Yeah, that makes you nervous, doesn't it? It used to be that we would just almost never see them play, right? Ever. They'd show up at the major, more or less.
And then get second place for no good reason.
And then get second.
Sanji down to about half HP. This is a full investment from the Virtus.pro defense, although Jame almost getting caught again with that scout. Going for that flick, and I think he still wants to challenge. He's got to know there's 2 players there. So now he backs away. It's Kickard to go down first.
Yeah, got some smokes, which, you know, if Mad Lions were going to be very slow about it, you could definitely use those to some effect. Okay, Sanji with a headshot on Bubsky. That makes it interesting. I think Jame did tag Hunden all the way back there. Does get taken down. Scout versus Krieg. Not really a fair fight. Adren inside of the bomb site with a Deagle. He's going to have a tough fight. There more people are coming in, and now he can't really go anywhere. He's just locked in behind that box. I think he wanted to get some backup, but then the backup was smoked off almost as it arrived. And that will lead to, yeah, some trouble no matter what. Buster and Sanji left with Deagles. So it'd be cool if they could do some damage or steal a rifle or all the usual things.
Yeah, Sanji might have had that opportunity earlier when he picked up that kill. Unfortunately, not able to salvage the gun. I think Hunden's keeping his eyes on it from bathroom. So now Sanji. This is actually pretty dangerous from Shush. Pushing forward with that Krieg, and you could see Sanji comes right back for it. He wants to go for the rifle, but the communication doesn't let him know that he's in the right spot. He's looking the other direction.
A little bit of confusion, maybe. Well, regardless, some pretty quick rounds here. What are your feelings about this Virtus.pro team? Apart from the fact that we know their record isn't that great, I always used to think that, you know, it was kind of annoying that when you saw them play finally that one time a year, it was really fun and they played well, and then you didn't get to see them again. But I also thought that could be some sort of secret weapon. It's like no one actually had like a very good read on them.
I really, the only kind of real thought I have of this team is how much fun we sometimes have watching their T-sides, especially on Mirage. They have like a very unique style that sometimes is very cool to watch. But outside of that, not a whole lot. Just going to be an easy cleanup. I think, you know, I'm not going to lie to you. Probably my biggest thought about this team, and even when you go back to Gambit before, is that I just think Kazakhstan would be a cool place to visit.
That is true.
I don't know why.
Where would you end up at? Astana, I guess?
I don't even know any other city name except for Astana.
Yeah, well, that's... I was going for that, Jason. But thanks for... I was trying to sound smart for a minute. Pull the rug right out from under me.
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay, well...
I feel a draw for some reason to Kazakhstan.
You've mentioned this before.
Yeah.
I seem to remember.
I think it'd be a cool place.
Okay, well, now we have to do it. If nothing else, just to find out, you know, what other cities are there, just to learn something. Can't stay ignorant forever.
I do think Astana Dragons is one of the coolest team names that we've had ever.
Yeah, I'm still...
Maybe it's just because I like dragons.
It's, I don't know if they have those in Kazakhstan. I just don't know that much about the country. But I'll say this. It is upsetting that project didn't work better than it did.
Yeah.
Maybe it's time to do it again. Bring Markov back. It's
That's what you hold on to.
it's my dream.
Default setup, Mad Lions being patient. Some early utility dump from Virtus.pro towards the Terrace choke point. Delays their passage to Fountain, but not by much, and there's no resistance behind it either. Jame, again, much like the pistol round, 4 players leaning towards this B bomb site. Kickert is now rotating back towards A. A lot of pressure on Jame to keep his eyes peeled in the early stages of these rounds. But this is good control at the very least. Of those short sewers of dirty water, as the Aussies call it. Buster holding on to that, peering into the tunnel.
Jame playing a little bit forward with that AWP. He's got Kickert behind him, spotting for long, so he's probably feeling, safe-ish just being out here. And Mad Lions have been hovering around the restrooms for quite a bit now without really making any progress, which could be okay. I mean, they might just be waiting for it. Buster is so far out in sewers, as you mentioned, and he's still there. So they're gravitating another person over here in Sanji. There's a really heavy setup they had at the A-bomb site. The smokes, though, do they want to play in front of them or behind them? They're not quite sure at the moment. It seems like they do want to step in front of them for a bit. A-Core will take down Kickert. This needs to be a kill for Jame, and he has to follow up with more. Sanji's there. Oh, close range shot for Jame. Could he get the flick in? He actually makes it past the smoke again. 23 seconds, and now they're going to continue right into certain death. Sanji with a nice triple kill, and that was about as close as it can get. If Jame misses either one of those shots, I think they just lose the round.
Yeah, probably. I mean, that's a phenomenal performance there.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Between him and Sanji. And those kind of have to be the stars. Jame, I mean, we talked a lot after that major, kind of how the memes, it almost feels like they should have gone away because he is such a strong, powerful upper.
Yes. It's a good meme, but I agree, he did outlive it.
Yeah.
He beat the meme somehow.
Congratulations.
Not many people can do that. I think, I think you could see there was like a half a second of conversation about whether or not they wanted to play in front of or behind the smokes, and it's entirely possible that if they had gone behind the smokes, it would have been a bomb plant, it would have been a very tough after plant, and everything else would have, it could have been really bad. So that's interesting to see. Quick decision they had to make, and they made it.
It helps that they had a lot of information in that round because of Buster's aggressive stance, and they've got the same thing again. Good headshot from Jame, and that's just going to lure them closer into Kickert. He's waiting in the corner. I don't know if Mad Lions is going to check it. At least the first player doesn't. Kickert with 1. A little bit of extra damage, but Jame still zoned in on this angle, and they just flash him off. The Molotov in his face, and he's burning. He's certainly going to go down.
Yeah, that flashbang to follow it up. You couldn't really see anything at all. That was really, really well timed. 3-on-3 now, and look at the flank coming in. Buster there to take down A-Core. So that means now they've got it all opened up, although Bubsky will turn around for it. The bomb is planted finally, and it's a 2-on-2. And a fairly good chance here, I think, for Virtus.pro. If they can win this round, suddenly they'll have a lot more money to work with, and they'll maybe shut Mad Lions down. Sanji will smoke it off, but Bobsky's picked up the AWP instead, and that leaves a Dren. 1 versus 2. He's going to tap the bomb, hoping to force someone out, and he'll get Hunden. Double kill for him, triple kill for Bobsky, and Mad Lions now at 4-1.
That's pretty cool. I mean, that's just straight up trading, and that's basically Mad Lions just saying, all right, listen, if you're going to give us the entirety of bathrooms 2 rounds in a row, we'll just march all the way up and execute twice. You can't stop us each and every time. So even with this great shot from Jame, even with the follow-up kill from Kickert in the corner, it's just trades across the board for Mad Lions. That's a solid performance. Hunden even getting the Molotov kill.
So,
victory was short-lived. Virtus.pro, they still have the op on Jame, but 2 SMGs, a deagle on Buster, really hurting for nades.
Yeah, this is a tough way to get started in a game when all you have is such a limited economy. Jame has the AWP, and he was over by the flower beds over at long for just a second. Now they're actually just all grouping up down here, which I don't necessarily mind. You can go for the gamble. I wish Jame would have gone aggressive with the AWP. He is such a competent AWPer. I know he's not the most aggressive AWPer, and maybe this is part of that meme was obviously partly to do with that. But I still think it would be great. Like if all you have is the AWP and the M4, and then the rest is SMGs or pistols, try and make it relevant early on.
I think you just like aggressive ops. You say the same thing about A-Core.
I know. It's a very repeatable point, isn't it?
No, it's fine. It's a fun style to watch. This is interesting. The amount of times Virtus.pro has been able to have control or have a player that's aggressively pushed in these sewers. That's a 1-for-1 from Sanji, and already the defense going to shift. Jame with that op aggressively rotating over towards the B-bomb site.
Look at Roy. He is flanking that A-bomb site, and if he can find the angle and kick it out here, actually he's going to walk into the M4. He does have the creek, so you really never know an instant headshot, and the bomb is being brought back, so this is a very good call and very good time. I guess Roy was actually making that call to come A even before he got that shot, because they were already running.
This is just, yeah, he definitely was. He said, guys, I'm all the way at the end of long, and I haven't seen or heard anything. I'm not even seeing anyone jump for information. Just come back to the A-bomb site, and he delivers. I mean, if you make that call, especially with 30 seconds left, you better get that opening kill for your team. Tough part, I mean, this is just standard Danish Counter-Strike across this map. They even left A-Core over at the B-bomb site, posted up by Sandbag. So as soon as that kill comes in from Roy, the defense starts to shift and maybe try and go for a flank, maybe try and get back to the A-bomb site. A-Core picks off another, and then you just have to save everything.
Why is he pushing with the AWP alone? It's making he gets killed, but I just don't understand it.
You can't criticize him for being crazy if you're going to love him for being crazy.
He's crazy. I love it. Crazy bastard. But I actually think that actually is a point you almost have to make. Like, if you're his teammates or if you're a peacemaker standing behind him, right? You have to accept that too. That has to be like a mentality across the team, is to be like, you know what? Sometimes that's just going to happen, and we just have to say, yeah, it's fine.
Yeah, we mentioned this yesterday. We actually had that same exact conversation with Peacemaker about that. Is just he, when he says he wants to give some individual freedom back to the young players. I mean, that's the best way they're going to learn. But also, like, you take the good with the bad. You're going to see amazing plays come out of A-Core. You're going to see him push up and get you a double kill, a triple kill, and then sometimes you're going to see him push up and just get shot in the face and lose you the round. I mean, it's kind of just one of those tough things that you have to work through.
Yeah.
As they get better as a team and as they get better as individuals.
We used to have this conversation a lot back in the day with JW, the way that he was playing on Fnatic. Like, you knew there were going to be some rounds where JW would get, try to run through a smoke with a CC and it wouldn't work, and that was fine,
if I found like a magic lamp that had a genie in it, my 3 wishes: I would want JW to become the best player in the world. I want Flusha to be the 2nd best player in the world.
Okay, can't say the last one on broadcast.
I want Crims to be I want Crims to be the 3rd best player in the world. I just want to see Fnatic just run the table again. Just bring it back. Watch the whole thing burn down. I would love that.
It would be so disgusting, wouldn't it, if they just suddenly did it and you were like, wait. This can't be. It's because they had that, like, smug Swedish grin when they were doing it all along. It was beautiful.
They're just misunderstood. They became villains. They were just misunderstood.
I love the Fnatic villain arc. I think it's amazing. I actually think they adapted really well to it. I think it's one of the most interesting stories we've had in a long time. 7th round here, and yeah, good start for Mad Lions. Remember, they're on the T side. It's Overpass. You're supposed to be getting at least the majority of the rounds, I would say, on the CT side. At least that is sort of how it tends to go. So it's a bit of a rough start, really, for VP, ultimately.
James has got to be furious, especially when he watches this back. He just gave up the angle when Roy peeked into it, although Roy has no idea, neither does Hundred, but it doesn't matter. An awkward fight as Hundred comes jumping through the choke point, and James has to back away. He's got a 2nd teammate here with him in bathrooms, but they might not even need to do it. They have a minute of full map control, anything they could possibly want, and lonely little Adrenaline is UMP.
I mean, UMPs are pretty good, but
that's the first damage he's done in this game. He has 0 ADR before he went down.
Okay, so pacing himself, in other words.
Yeah, he's like, I won't stress too much at the start. I'm going to build into this.
Leaving some for later. 4 versus 2, and obviously they're just going to be saving the rifles, so Mad Lions, you probably don't have much of an economy to go and hunt. Roy has got a little bit of cash, A-Core's got a little bit of cash, but I'm not sure it's worth it. Again, Overpass is giant map.
Yeah, so, and especially when the call comes in this early, right?
Yeah.
No reason to go for it, and you don't need to take those weapons away because you're not really encountering a whole lot of resistance. All your tactics have worked.
They should introduce rollerblades for this map so you can get across it quicker.
Okay, so like somewhere on the map there's like a set of rollerblades that you can pick up.
Or you just purchase them.
You purchase them as an item.
And night vision, and then you just go.
Back to the night vision.
It's early on, ladies and gentlemen, so we'll get back on track. But this is, what a start, what a beginning for Mad Lions. 6-1. Shush with 8-2. I think he had a triple in the pistol round, so it's not like he's been exploding every round since. Bubsky playing well, Hunden's up there as well. This is quite a good start. And the Virtus.pro, you said Adren, not really with just the 1 kill in that round with a UMP. And I like the fact that they were having a slightly forward setup this time, with the defense leaning all the way over, trying to put some pressure on Mad Lions. I think they do need to take some of the initiative away from them. Ooh, we're going to have a triple grenade throw? All three. No one is there to receive.
They've actually, I mean, the funny thing is Virtus.pro, they haven't really taken anything away, but they've at least gotten aggressive and had, you know, some of that map control. We've seen it towards the short sewers twice, I think, so far. So, I mean, they are getting aggressive. We just saw that push towards towards party.
Yeah.
It didn't accomplish anything, but they're trying.
Yeah, and I think I'll give them credit. I think that's good. The part where they just lean back in B and A and don't really do much, they've also been in sewers, right, aggressive. I think that's what they need to do. I just think, you know, James just had the opportunity, right? Land that shot and you're good to go. There it is, taking down Shush. Much better in this circumstance. He does take a lot of damage, but I'm fine with it. And now they can play a bit more defensive, especially because they got Kickert playing alone over at the restrooms. And it's sort of a similar style here for Mad Lions. So they've got Roy checking out that part of the map, and he's making a lot of noise. Way too much noise, in fact. Kickert might have an advantage. He's going to go for it. He's heard him running up and heard him running back. And now, in the B-bomb side, it's Bubsky to open it up. And he's got Hunden and Acor with him there as well. Flashbangs raining in. Hunden to open a second time around. And he'll clean up as well, taking down Buster. That is a phenomenal entry. And Kickert is out hunting for Roy.
Yeah, he's going to get him too. Roy's very low HP. Surely that's a kill, and they can go for this. We'll see. James still has a kit, but low HP. It's going to have to be Kickert to do all the work, and that might actually be really, really tough on this flank, especially Acor going to turn around. And I think they just called the save.
Well, also, James has the kit, right?
Yeah.
So
if he dies or if he falls or anything.
Yeah. Then Kickert has to get both the kills, run to wherever James dies, pick up the kit, and it's just a whole mess.
Well, Virtus.pro not able to get in. I mean, listen, let's talk about Hunden, because we noticed a number of times, and we talk frequently about his, you know, sometimes his struggles to find some kills. That's stellar entering onto that B bomb site there.
It's really good. They let him off the leash. They just put him.
He let himself off the leash.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's good news. What was that one? What was that movie? Is it Django Unchained or something? I don't know.
Django Unchained?
Yeah.
Did you say Yanko Unchained?
I did, didn't I? Just enough about what goes on in my subconscious. We're back into the game. Try and wipe it from your memory if you can.
Oh, Roy with a nice flashbang.
Double AWP. Do you think that's the answer?
Yeah. James, PG. Ooh,
you said that with absolutely no conviction at all.
Not a single bit of confidence. Oh, another nade stacked. I don't think Virtus.pro is going to be boosting there. They've seen that nade stack a couple times. They'll just say, you know what? Let's not even mess with it. Hunden, he's going to go for another entry. Tagged by the smoke, slows him down, but no real danger. Adren's just a major player, isn't he? Why is it that he just gets God tier at every single major?
That is a good question. Someone should ask him that directly. As a, you know, challenging question. Well, how come? What's different about it? Even if he wasn't going to play at the major level, you still want him to do, you know, better. Get a kill every other round.
And maybe at minor level.
Just something. James expecting a jump or a boost.
There's only one flashbang for this hit. The smokes, the Molotovs, they better be placed perfectly.
Well, all the smoke's going to land behind them once again. So it's a very similar style here where VP are going to be in front of the smoke line almost certainly. I mean, definitely now that Kickert is moving up. And they're only going to have one line of attack, I think, because I doubt Roy's going to be able to beat both of them. Now they're getting flashed around the corner. Roy can't see anything. He still beats him. And now James in a very uncomfortable position. I don't think he saw that. Now he does. And Sanji, 2 big kills. He might have just saved them. That is huge because Sanji's fighting 3 people. If he goes down, then James is in the middle of nowhere. Pretty good shot from Acor, but it shouldn't really matter here. 2 versus 3 with 19 seconds. I don't know if they could even do much of anything. Bobsky's shown up, but they shouldn't get a chance to get close to even winning this round. Smoke to block them off again. Ooh, but James going down. 10 seconds left, and Acor running right into the smoke. And they're not bad. There we go. The headshot. Adren will take him down. A bit sketchy, a little bit close, but good defense for Virtus.pro.
Yeah, and they have that double op setup still. I think the big key to that is the 3 players at the 8 bomb site. And the also fact is Roy is calling out that there's 2 players long because he kills the first player pushing and he knows the pop flash came from far back.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the immediate call. 2 people at long. You know the exact setup. You know the op or someone is going to be further back over under the side. And I imagine we didn't get to see the kills. I imagine that takes the attention of the attack away from the right side of that bomb site where Sanji was just waiting in the corner.
Yeah, critical double kill for him. That's
And again, no flashes. Like, if they had the one flashbang,
Yeah,
that
you're
was
right.
it. If you have more than that, if you're bombing 3 flashes into the sky at that A bomb site, maybe Sanji catches one and you get a little bit lucky, but they just did not have the resources.
Look at this. Oh no, they're trapped. 2 of them are trapped inside a connector. They should not get out. Kick it, a massive double kill. I can't believe he managed to do actually a triple overall. He got the first one too. They should have lost a round already. That could have been just a complete sandwich in there.
You said it. They weren't getting out, so you might as well stand your ground and fight, and that's huge. 3 kills in that setup, despite being trapped, despite having nowhere to go. Acor and Bubsky, though, they have a long time to play with. They have over a minute. And a 2-on-3.
They were actually boosting inside a connector to look into the sewer tunnel. And, I mean, again, if they get caught, and they kind of did in the middle of that, Bubsky was holding the other line. That's actually a little bit fantastic that they managed to turn that in their favor. Well played. That's what they need right now. I mean, if we're being honest about it, Virtus.pro need more rounds like this to start to have an impact in the first half.
This will be interesting. I'm curious to see if smoke goes in towards Bank or Molotov. James is playing contact while Sanji just stares into the truck as anti-flash. So if James gets neutralized, then Sanji has a really tough time. And actually, he's not even paying attention to the fact that Bubsky's wrapping all the way around. Hasn't seen him yet. There's the find. And James can't cover that angle. He's got the kill. That's the bomb down. Oh, Acor misses a close one.
16 seconds. He just has to make a jump for it. Now running after him with the AWP. This is crazy. Ooh. He actually hit the shot. That should not be happening. I can't believe it. He's just bunny jumping to catch him. It's so ridiculous. Bomb goes down. He's picked up an AK-47. And now, at least, I don't know if he knows he's even legged him, but he might have a very good shot at this. If he can take one down, that's going to be huge. Molotov to force him out. He gets the kill on one, and now on the other side, Buster with the pistol out instead. Acor with the Glock. He goes for him. The burst fire as well. He is crazy, and he finally gets put down.
1 HP.
1 health left. Unbelievable. 1 versus 2.
Oh, Burstfire has betrayed him. He got the dink, but he can't clean up the kill. Acor has some wild movement, and that is a near clutch that almost goes his way.
This is so stupid.
I've seen some crazy clips of Acor's movement. He is like incredible to watch. I think he had those really weird knife rounds where he's like jumping backwards and doing like 180s and stuff. You could see some of it there as he tries to catch up and gets the leg shot on Buster, but he deserved that clutch.
He deserved that clutch. Well, I mean, from Virtus.pro's point of view, they deserve the round, right? Because of the way that they started with Kickert, so...
Yeah, but you have to think, with that plant...
What is the matter with him?
I know. You have to think, with that plant, though, the extra money that goes to Mad Lions, they should invest. They should have some kind of a hefty buy here. Oh, I can't believe this dink comes in. He doesn't get him. Okay, so partial buy, half buy. They have some upgraded pistols. They have a little bit of utility. You have to know Virtus.pro's money is going to be low. They won 2 rounds ago. They won with just 2 players surviving. The previous round obviously came down to just that one-on-one right at the end. So the money is not good for VP. Mad Lions, they can break them here. They can keep the economy low. They can keep the pressure on him. There needs to be a flashbang for James to force him off this angle, but he misses the shot anyways.
Leg shot. I mean, again, they have pistols, so it should be fine. Just don't get caught, you know, just keep falling back if you need to. Does get a kill there, and actually, backup is a little bit further away than you were expecting, although the Molotov and the M4 combination, always a favorite. Bubsky and Hunden left now, and should be no trouble. Again, holding onto the bomb site and denying any bomb plant. No second kill coming in favor of Mad Lions, so going to be a pretty good round there. Another triple for Kickert. He's up to 9 and 9, and so is Sanji, so... They're pulling their weight right now. Good job on them.
Look for a hit at the B bomb site at some point in these next 3 rounds. There's been a lot of emphasis over towards A throughout this half so far from Mad Lions and Hunden. And, you know, what we noticed yesterday against EG as well, he is one of those in-game leaders who's going to build off his own tactics through a half. I imagine there's going to be a switch up at some point to try and lure Virtus.pro to keep putting more stacks and more emphasis on A, and then you hit the B site when it's a little bit more weakened.
Yeah, I could see that. And B is one of the really interesting bomb sites, I think, almost throughout all of Counter-Strike because of how open it is and how many executes you can do just from the outside. Oh, and it starts off well, taking down Adren through the smoke. Bubsky just getting that last bullet in before he managed to clear the corner. And now that means Buster is he's a very, very open position. Actually, they fall back from the stairwell behind him. Otherwise, he would have probably got shot in the back. But they're going to speed it up, and there's no one here. James is about to show up. Last minute, just stepping onto smoke, actually running through to try and be there in time, and he gets traded, and that's well worth it. They are happy about that. Hunden lurking around and catching Buster coming through, leaving it in a 2-on-3 with Pickett and Sanji. Trying to see if they could do this, but instantly shut down, and that's a pretty good turnaround. An instant call coming out there, even with the final kill from Shush. Once again, triple on him.
They had to have had some gathering of numbers. Bubsky got the 1 kill at the B bomb site through the smoke. Then he spotted the second player was killed by the player in sewers, and I think he had to have seen it or heard at least a third player in that B bomb site, because as soon as he goes down, there was a call from Mad Lions to attack that A bomb site. They had to have known at most it was just going to be Jame. Nicely done from Mad Lions. 8-4. Again, a phenomenally called T-half, which shouldn't surprise anyone at this point.
Yeah, I think what I really enjoy, and one of the things that I get really upset about on a bunch of other teams these days, is actually he sees the phase A core. We'll take him right out. That is nice. He doesn't even have a chance, did he? Bubsky will take down Buster as well.
Yeah, and this is, I mean, this defense from Virtus.pro, I mean, remember, this is also Mad Lions' pick, but Virtus.pro on defense here, like, they've had some of these aggressive ideas, but a lot of these initial contacts, like right here, what we're getting is just 3 isolated battles. Sure, the op going for a pick is fine, but after that, you know, a solo push towards sandbags, solo push towards stairs. This is all individual fights where no one has the ability to trade on the defensive side, so they're just getting cleaned out of this map. Yeah,
it's a very, very tough beginning for VP. Well, while Dren is alone, let me try and see if I can articulate this final point.
Okay.
The kind of call that you see there, where there's a kill through smoke on B, you see, I think it was Buster getting a kill down at the sewers, and then you get the, you know, you have like 2 seconds to make the call to go quick A, and after that, it's really no longer a good call. Like if you wait too long, then, you know, everyone starts to hesitate. Maybe someone shows up. You see how close it was to Jame, you know, getting there and getting in position. If he can get to the trunk before they turn the corner, he can get a kill and fall back and get another one. Instead, they're so close up. I mean, that 2 seconds of difference is huge. So I think that's what I'm missing. Oh, nicely done from Adren. At least, you know, trying his best. And if he could save the AK, that actually would help him out a tremendous amount. But ultimately, it's a bunch of top teams that aren't quick at making these choices, right? That they do it slowly. There is a window, but they sort of, you know, they stop it around, or they sort of stumble around and don't really do anything. I'm looking at you, Navi.
You've been waiting to get that off your chest for, like, I don't know, since London, for like a month now.
I was actually angry yesterday watching them play.
Yeah, don't hold it back. That shit's unhealthy. Get it off your chest.
You know what? I will. I'll put it on Twitter.
Okay.
Get it all out there.
I'm sure Simple will enjoy that. Sanji with the deagle. Ooh, bit of a run boost to hide the fact that he switched sides. Another pick for A-Core with the AWP. And this is just a default. Very passive for Mad Lions, waiting to see what they can find out, who's going to push somewhere. And it was just Sanji.
It was just, yeah, and he was over by the party area, wasn't he?
It's like a hazing ritual for the youngest player.
Yeah, go find someone. Did you know that you can boost up on top of the balloons? Or did you? I don't know if they changed that, but you couldn't. No.
I think you told me that actually.
6 months ago or something.
I never actually tried it, but I just believed you. Shush is going to swing very wide with the Krieg. 2 players at sandbags. Jame is behind the pillar. He's not going to be able to get anything done. There's still a Dren to contend with, and he's going to get burnt out. 10-4.
10-4. Yeah, that's a phenomenal start for the Mad Lions. Shush again leading the board, but everyone's kind of close to each other. There's not that much of a difference there on the T side. A chance now for Virtus.pro to have an impact and have a final say. 5 rounds, I don't think that's really great on the CT side.
It's not at all. And I don't even think it's the number, but just by the eye test of what kind of defense they've brought out on Overpass. Looks like maybe not a map they're comfortable with. Which doesn't bode well for the second half.
No, it doesn't. They did finally go for that boost where they've been triple nading, but again, no triple nade this time, so. We'll have to wait. Oh, it looks like it's going to be a very fast execute into the bomb site. More flashbangs are raining in. Adreni does actually get back behind cover. The first grenade does nothing. The smoke, a bit of a gap that might actually help him out. Maybe he could get some kind of a chance to just edge a person through. There's going to be Hunden going down to Buster, and they slowed this down, Mad Lions, and I'm not sure I'm a fan of that. That could be very, very risky. That smoke is going to be fading, and let's see what happens when it does. Shush will get one on Sanji, but Adren is here, lining up a big double. Jame will actually get one of them, but he just keeps going here. Finally into the game, and now it's Acor in a 1 versus 4. He's got a minute, but they shouldn't give him a chance, and Jame will take him down. A good finish to the half, at least for VP, 10-5 overall.
Wanted to get my thoughts out.
Sanji and Kiko were playing well all throughout. Jame was playing alrightish, but Adren started to get there a little bit. I don't know. Maybe I'm lying. Could be lying.
No conviction whatsoever. Kickert gonna take a fight at long range, tapping away with the P250, and Shush just needs the 1 shot, so that's awkward.
That's a problem because they actually have the other 3 people in the connector, and they needed someone to sort of be a presence and a force on the other side. Now they're going to be straight up fighting 3 versus 3 down here, sneaking in. Adren, that's a strong start now. Hunden the only one left, and somehow they win the fight again in connector, in spite of the fact that they were kind of walking into a bit of a trap.
Yeah, the trap, again, it all comes down to that first engagement, right? If that kill comes in quick, then you can't really spring the trap. One player is gone, and all of a sudden it's much, much easier, especially the close range for those Glocks. Now it's on Acor. He's got to play passively, hope he can pick one off on their passage into the bomb site. Shush is here now as well, but oh, that smoke is perfect. That is just a beautiful smoke.
That is, yeah, they even go and check. He had the bomb and he went to check the sewers, and not even scared or that water down in front. Flash to set it up, and Shush will come running in. It's him and Acor to try and see if they can get this defuse. They do have a kit, but they have no more grenades, so forcing the T's into fights is going to be a little bit tricky, I think, short of tapping the bomb, which carries its own risks. Jame playing close with the Glock, and he's going to take Acor down immediately. Now Shush 1 versus 2, and he might as well run for it. He doesn't have a lot of time here, so just got to go. He's actually looking back for more, and finally he gets dropped, so good start for VP. Nicely executed round. I think very reasonable after plant, where they really try and be careful about not getting picked off. I enjoy that.
They did a good job. Very patient. I mean, they were also just cautious on the way into the bomb site, and for good reason, but obviously that smoke is just great. Good tactics to get into the bomb site. A little fortunate, obviously, that this stack, I mean, Mad Lions had, again, this is kind of an idea with Mad Lions we touched on yesterday. So many times they have exactly what they want, exactly what their setup is designed for. And once again, 3 players in the staircase, exactly where 3 players from Virtus.pro attacking. You couldn't ask for a better tactic to walk into your strategy, and it just doesn't pan out in their favor.
And that'll happen sometimes. I mean,
It'll happen sometimes, but it feels like, with Mad Lions, it happens too much sometimes.
Too much sometimes, yeah. Bobski making a jump to actually look into the B bomb site all the way up from A. You can also boost in that A bomb site to look into B around the bridge. It does require 4 people.
Oh dear.
Oh, what? He still hits the headshot. Falling back, and now grenade. Oh, it's going to be at least somewhat decent. Shot on Hunden to bring him down, but look at Jamie's down to 29 here. Bomb's going to go down on the other side of the box in the air. This time he was a bit overexposed, but that was a crisp scout shot to begin with. You can shoot through the box, by the way, Jason. I just want to
back on that old chestnut. Yeah, I can't believe he got that first kill. Fair play. 18 and 10 for Shush, having a very good game. This round was over essentially when whatever player from Virtus.pro jumped into the water behind the bomb site with the MAC-10. That position is just so powerful. And now it's all about taking some kills, taking some weapons away right at the end. But even that's going to be difficult. Bonus money over to Sanji, down to 10 HP. And the 2 AKs are going to challenge this Deagle. Ooh, another tag, but Roy falls back once again. And with the safety of Virtus.pro from the bomb blast, they don't need to push any further.
And he's going to be fine with having the Deagle in the next round, so... Everyone came to, it's a nice happy medium.
The polar bear on the Virtus.pro jersey has red eyes.
Does it really?
Airs with laser beams.
Has it always had that?
I don't think so.
Oh, well, maybe that has some significance that I don't know about. I'm scared of polar bears.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You've encountered, you put yourself in situations to see a lot of polar bears?
No, but I once had a terrible dream that I was in a city with no people and 2 polar bears, and all the doors were closed. Like, I couldn't get into any buildings.
So just
terrifying.
you and a couple polar bears?
Just me and a couple of bears. Cool boost.
Changing subjects.
Changing subjects immediately. I'm this boost always makes me upset because I discovered this boost and I was going to show people and take all the credit, and then Shroud had done it on the stream like literally a day before. So thanks, Shroud. Just shut me right down.
Could have been you with that mixer contract.
I think that probably was the difference, actually. So I'm bitter about that still.
That was the deciding factor. Didn't show that darn boost. James is leading the way with his Mag 10. He's hungry for some kills, hungry for some of that bonus money. Roy. Ooh, that smoke just put a stop to him.
Hungry for apples?
What?
It's a reference.
Nice shot.
Oh, no.
Ooh, a good follow-up as well. That's James coming through, so no bonus money for him. And all of a sudden now this is an interesting round.
Yeah, VP need to really keep their focus right now. They have a good chance here to fight their way back in the game, so don't be losing this round. Shush will get one more kill. Adren hunting, and he's going to win that fight too. Now it's Bumpsky with a USP in a 1 versus 2. Shouldn't really be possible. Oh, nice dink. Tries to follow it up and actually does a bit of damage to Adren too. But the bomb is going to go down and he will finally take a bullet to the face. Adren with a triple kill, and Virtus.pro, that's a scary moment. Look at Adren all the way up at 13. He was 1-1-7 at some point.
Yeah, you were right. He had 15 ADR like 7 rounds in. So you said it. You said he was heating up as the game went on. I doubted you.
Yeah, he's back. That's good. We want to see that. 10-8.
But you're right. I mean, this is as bad as the first half looked, as much as they got outplayed and as much as the defense looked a bit disorganized. I mean, winning the pistol round and, you know, converting the second and third, they're right back within striking distance. Just 2 rounds back, 8-10. Let's see what they've got. Aggressive towards long. 2 players, Roy and Bubsky.
Shush alone in B. He is the solo bomb site player every single time.
Yeah, he does this on Vertigo, which we'll see next. We saw them doing this on Dust 2 at the B bomb site.
Yeah. He's playing solo B with an M4A1. So
risky.
Doesn't even have the bullets. Doesn't have the teammates.
And there's no real crazy like aggression. Yeah, it's an aggressive setup, but no one is peeking for information. That's a good shot from A-Core.
Yeah.
Everyone over at A, like, they don't really have the intel. Now they're starting to hear footsteps. Bubsky's going to walk right into it. Good dink, but can't clean it up. 4 on 4. I don't know if they'll expect Roy if he keeps moving forward.
No, probably not. You win that one fight, you maybe don't expect for there to be a second player. It almost looked like Buster was using the fact of his sort of footsteps to lure someone into that. Sort of like he was, you know, thunderfooting away out there.
Yeah, he was oddly prepared for that peak. Tough part, I think, Adren, he'll never expect this flank, and he's about to get cleaned out if he doesn't move, and he's not budging. He's still looking for that. Oh, and there's the gun barrel. There's the gun barrel showing. Oh, there's the dink and the cleanup. A little bit sketchy, but now all that Virtus.pro have left is this B bomb site. They have to attack here.
Yeah, but shush, look at it. Oh, he was just up in the corner at least. The flashbang doesn't go far enough. I think that landed in the middle of the tunnel. Would have been fine if someone was looking straight through, but they just weren't. Hunden goes down, but Shush is still here, and 1 versus 3 for Buster. That is just not going to be doable.
He needs to die, but...
Yeah, right now.
Yeah, he needs to be the aggressor. I can't believe they're even pushing until the timer runs out, but he's certainly surrounded with 10 HP. They're going to find him. They just don't want to risk the IWP on A-Core, and he's taking the peek. He's taking the headshot. 11-8.
Wow.
Buster has $300.
That's not a lot. Not going to give you a lot to work with, is it?
I hope he knows his smokes.
Yeah. That's true. It could be the one god smoke that just...
Yeah, Hunden's like, you better... Or not Hunden. That's the wrong team. Adren is like, bro, you better remember that smoke I taught you.
Yeah. Just landed right there. Throw it from T-spawn, make it work. 11-8. It's a gap that's much closer than... Or much smaller, I guess, than you were expecting just from how Mad Lions were playing this map.
Yeah.
Feels like they should be way further ahead. They still could be, right? I think it depends on whether or not VP's economy can stand up to, you know, to this next round. 2 AKs and not a hell of a lot less or outside of that. So if they win this round, I think then it's a very interesting game, and suddenly, you know, VP will have proven at least some of us wrong. But if Mad Lions win it, I don't know if they're going to be looking back. Could just be a quick win here on map 1. Quick-ish.
Quick-ish. That's a lot of players at the B bomb site for Virtus.pro, and this time there's not a stack towards A. It's not just Shush playing alone, but ooh, here comes the pop flash. Hopefully this one works. Shush looking into the wall. He turns now. Same spot. Adren's got the kill with the MAC-10. Bubsky had to give up the angle because of the flash damage. He couldn't help his teammate, and he's eliminated as well. And Hunden is feeling so lonely.
Yeah, he is with the MP9. Oh, they're actually right behind him. They didn't even check. Sanji goes down. The bomb is planted, and he wants more. Hunden with a double kill, taking down Buster, and now backup is here, and they don't really have it to fight with the range. Kickit goes down to the AWP of Acor, and that will be a round for Mad Lions that didn't look like it should have been.
That one decision to not clear out water, Sanji eliminated from behind for free, and then Virtus.pro wanted to take him out so much. They really overextended after that, and the rotation for Mad Lions was already there. He already had plenty of cover from above, 12-8, and like you said, that's a pretty big swing round. Yeah, they get the extra $800 for the plant, still sitting at around low $3,000 on most players.
Oh man, I suppose if you're on the VP side, you already got the kill on Shush close. Bubsky goes down in sewer pushing out. You could think, well, that's it. That's the B defense. They were both, they were both towards tunnel. One of them ran when the other one died, and that's it. But there was the third player there.
Yeah, I guess that does make a certain level of sense, even if it's a bit crazy. They're going right back for it. Shush is going to have some pressure on him again, and this time he was the only aggressive player. It's Bubsky playing in the water. Hunden's going to bail him out, get that first kill. No one wrapping around his angle. Buster trying to hold off on the flank, and it can't be done. This is an aggressive and a fast-paced retake. Adren is able to salvage a rifle, but can Virtus.pro hold on in the 3 versus 3?
They really should not be able to. I'm shocked that Shush couldn't even do more damage there. It looked like they just dodged all of the bullets somehow. Yeah, they do have that M4. That makes things really interesting. Smoke goes up, but that's about all they have. Some kits as well, but yeah, they need to go a little bit quicker. And Cricket with a big double taking down Roy and Acor, and now it's Hunden in a 1 versus 3, and he's looking for that headshot, but he's running out of time very quickly. Virtus.pro with an instant B knockout. They did it one round and it nearly worked, and the follow-up with even worse equipment, and they somehow pull it off. That's just a miracle. Yeah,
they've had a really tough time. Shush has had a tough time holding onto this bomb site. Him and Bubsky are just getting flashed, barraged with utility, and having to fall away. So Virtus.pro, a critical round to take back into their favor, and that takes the money away from Mad Lions. That's pretty harsh as well. They have the 1 M4. They can drop an M4 over if they want to go for a force buy, but I think knowing Mad Lions, I think they'll go for a smaller buy. Upgraded pistols.
He jumped into the fight with a MAC-10. What a gangster.
Did you say they need to go Kickert?
I might have done that.
Quickert?
You know what?
That's perfect timing.
It's my secret. I don't know what I'm saying half the time.
Oh.
Secret recipe. Roy with the CC out long. Could get a close kill. Could get a flank in. Doubt he's going to kill all 3 of them if they show up. This is going to be rough. Flashes are through. Good dink. But not good enough.
That would have been cool, though. Hunden's going to start hunting. But Virtus.pro after that kill, I mean, they play it safe. They swing out long, they clear up the close angles, and just back away. They're still very, very far back on the map. So Mad Lions kind of rotating a pack mentality here around this M4. Everyone going to the same place together, but not able to find anything.
They are Lions after all, aren't they? Just gotta...
Yeah.
Gotta do that. Role-playing.
LARPing in Counter-Strike.
I appreciate the fact that VP, though, are staying somewhat grouped up. I think that's a very rational choice. Now is not the time to be giving anything away or, leaving anything to chance here. Even letting Sanji go in well ahead of the rest of the pack to investigate what they've got going. And Hunden, he's got a chance. That's a big fight to win. There's still 1 player inside the site. Yeah, Bubsky, as you mentioned. A good dink as well. He cannot convert over fast enough. But this is the real play. Bubsky's going to have an impact. He pops out. He's taken down. It's only 15 seconds. This is madness. I mean, he's so low on health. Acor. He shouldn't be able to do anything, and they'll take him down. But, man, that could have been a close round. If that smoke stays up for 5 more seconds, and he can just hide inside of it. If someone went to put the bomb down next to him, that would have been an absolute disaster. So, interesting, scary round. That's probably what he's hoping for that whole time. Yeah. Wondering why the bomb isn't being planted. 12-10, 2-round lead for Mad Lions, and they call a timeout. 2 remaining. They're having a much more difficult time on this CT side than I would have expected. I agree. Looking at the first half, it looked like they were going to power through.
Yeah, well, to be fair, I mean, in their defense, they did, you know, lose the pistol in the ensuing 2 rounds, and then they did get reset pretty early in that win streak.
Yeah, that's probably why we're here. 12 to 10. Great look from VP. I'm excited that they are not just rolling over on this map, because that's what it looked like, and that's always disappointing to see. So yeah, I just never know what to expect out of this particular lineup. But I think we're getting our money's worth at the moment, and that's the good news.
That is the very good news. Acor's got the AWP back in his hands, boosting him up.
They wanted to, but then they gave up.
Yeah, they decided against it. Roy just said, I'll play here all alone. Hunden's going to play in the staircase all alone. Got the first. A little bit of damage onto Sanji. That's going to put Roy in an awkward spot. You could see him shift to the other side of the concrete.
Oh, and that is some aggression. They've actually been having a really hard time in that monster tunnel. They keep pushing, and Buster was... You could tell. That's so interesting, right? In his mind, he just wasn't even thinking about the idea that they could have made that corner already. Everyone has that internal timing inside of their own heads where they sort of, you know...
Yeah, well, especially because the kill comes out, the call is probably that they're peeking monster, not so much that they're pushing forward. So pretty aggressive play, and this is Mad Lions just aggressive across the map, just taking everything. All the map control on the CT side, and Virtus.pro, this strategy got shut down before it even began. Sanji left in a 1 versus 4. He had the first kill, so he would have to ace. And Mad Lions looking to get out to 13, trying to bait out a shot, and he did. Acor just lands it. 13 to 10. That's
kind of another rough reset here for VP. I think especially because they made that back-to-back B-rush work. You feel like they deserve to be able to build even further upon that. But with the fact that Mad Lions are back in, you know, in the money once again, that makes it tricky. Another B-rush? Are they that crazy?
I mean, they are that crazy. They're not going to do it. But I believe...
I feel like it would have been cool.
Yeah. It's hard to do. It's hard to make that work with 5 deagles, though, right? Or 4 deagles and a P250. You need like a MAC-10, UMP.
Yeah, something to pave the way.
Some real power behind it. Acor's all alone, though.
Oh, but he's going to see... I think he's going to see them at range, though. Yeah, that makes a big difference. He can fall back. If he'd been there, you know, 3 seconds later and they would have got really close, that's a different fight, because suddenly they can just keep going. Now they have to slow it down, and backup is being called for. He is a bit exposed still. He's got some backup inside of the bomb side, but yeah, I'd still be a bit worried if I was him at the moment. He doesn't realize that Buster is right at the corner. He's going to realize that now, and Buster trying to go for the fight. There's Roy, though, with a backup in the AK-47, and that's a nice recovery and a nice way to stabilize the round here. Well, he got his.
he got his one. Even Roy, I think, saw the gun barrel, was calling it out, just not quick enough to save Hunden. 14 to 10 now. And yeah, you're right. That's a perfect timing for Acor to take that peek out towards long and find them. You could see how dangerous it is when one gets close. It's just like a matter of time before he peaks, and the op just has no advantages. Very fortunate that Roy even showed up when he did.
Yeah,
to protect him. 14 to 10. Live into round 25. Virtus.pro trying to close out this map strong. Mad Lions trying to bring us to Vertigo.
Yeah, and that's exciting. I mean, we saw Mad Lions on Vertigo. Definitely had a lot of cool ideas. And
it's the Vertigo group stage.
It is the Vertigo group stage. I don't know. I was very angry at that map for a long time. I've kind of mellowed on it now.
You've focused your anger on Na'Vi.
That's it. That's it. They took all the attention away. I have to have a real serious talk with them.
All right. Well, Shush is taking control of sewers as we fly across the map. Acor still pushed up halfway in bathrooms.
I was just, you know, impressed with all the observing, all the camera angles.
Showing us everything. I like it.
Russian Jakey just showing off, yeah. Bubsky going to be falling back down. He's got a Krieg. A lot of smoke in his eyes. Hunden there with a headshot, good for 1. Bubsky then instant return, and he didn't see that coming. That's a nice move from Kickard. It's just trading all the way through, and finally, it looks like VP come out on top. That smoke blocks off Acor.
Surely he goes for it.
I was going to say, he's got a brand to live up to here, you know? Got to keep going.
Yeah, that smoke cleared real quick. And he doesn't have a kit, and he doesn't want to risk the AWP, but at least, yeah, I at least admire sticking around and seeing if he can find one thing. Adren wants to stop him from
Yeah, making some late play.
Yeah, I mean, that's an awkward angle for the AWP to clear out, but Acor's just going to fall away. He's just going to back off soon, so there shouldn't be any more danger, and I don't think Adren has the stones, or actually, more importantly, it's just more the money to go after the chase, to hunt down that op. So,
yeah, it's not worth it.
Everyone
I mean,
calls a truce.
Yeah, everyone is fine with it. Acor going to be saving that AWP, and well, it makes a lot of sense when you look at what the money on the Mad Lions side is. If they had more money, maybe he would have just gone for it. But now he can drop, and they'll be fine-ish in this upcoming round. 14-11. VP is still hanging in there, still making it very interesting. If they win this next round, then they go from something that's, you know, sort of 10-14 to probably 10 to 14-13. Like, they almost close the entire gap if they can just pick up this next round. So this map is not done yet, even if Mad Lions are looking good.
This is very dangerous for Mad Lions, considering the lead they had in the first half and how good everything looked. The fact that Virtus.pro's been able to hang around this long is just proving tough to overcome.
Look at the weaponry on Shush and Hunden for this round, who have been playing B. I don't know if I mean, they might bring Bubsky with the AWP, but if they go for another B knockout push here, then it's going to be a FAMAS and an MP9 trying to stop that, and they haven't really been able to do that yet, so that could get weird.
Both ops going to A, so you are going to have the weaker weaponry. Actually, even Hunden sticking around at the A bomb site as well. So once again, Shush with just a FAMAS, the only player at this B bomb site, and oh god, this is looking ugly at the start. Just by the virtue of the mini-map, Shush is going to be in a lot of trouble, and this could be heartbreaking for the Mad Lions.
It's shaping up that way. I think he has another 5 seconds, and then they're going to go for it. There's no point waiting around when you don't have any eyes on the other side of the map. So Shush is calling it in, saying there's some trouble in the B-bomb side. Oh, and they're jumping on top of him with a flash behind. That is so well timed. He just had no chance. Yeah, might as well save. Wow.
That's the only way that Mad Lions can avert disaster, is to save these weapons, not go for it, because you have no cash in the bank, so you'll just have to fight the next round.
That was a cool flashbang for that jump. I actually think that was very well timed.
Oh, it was absolutely perfect. He by the time he looked up at the body coming at him, the flashbang popped at just the perfect moment. Cinematic, really.
Yeah, like it wasn't the sun that was, you know, like
it's like that whole
casting an outline around him. It was just a flashbang.
It's like that whole like Lord of the Rings thing where Gandalf brings in the glare for the orcs in the big battle at the castle.
You're such a nerd on. No, I know what you mean. I just wanted to watch you try and explain that even further.
Wanted to watch me squirm. 14-10 or 12. I have math abilities.
Or 12, whatever you want.
Double off setup still for the Mad Lions. I think they have to put one of those at the B bomb site. That's been the main weakness, oddly enough, which is interesting why we still see the Mad Lions going for that 4-1 setup, because those were the hits came earlier in this half to reset the economy in the first place, were those heavy plays towards the B site. So Mad Lions have done nothing to really adjust to that kind of pressure on that side of the map.
Well, isn't it also scary, though, if you do make the call to go heavy B and that's where they pick A? Like, that's where the confidence just gets wiped out on your team. You're like, oh, okay, they really got us. Roy, again, I wanted to point this out earlier. He's been playing this kind of a style so much, alone with no backup, and look at it, he's got 18 kills. I actually think he deserves a little bit of credit for doing so much with, you know, just being the Lone Ranger.
And look at where he's glancing as well. There's a little gap underneath those boards. You can see and get a little bit of an advanced warning as well if someone's to come into this part of the map. So he's playing a cheeky little game over in the playground.
Look at how much it closes the map for VP. If they go and fight him and open it, it's a lot of trouble for Mad Lions suddenly. But if they stick around, I mean, it allows them to have all these people down at the B-bomb side already. Even Acor leaning really far back. Kicker. Oh, he sees just the knee, but he's going to get traded immediately. Hunden down low, and Roy trying to push behind, and that opens everything. Now, this is going to be a test for Acor, isn't it?
Everything's on him with the op in the A-bomb site.
We've talked a lot about that AWP, and he pushes up. He doesn't even want to stay back. He's flashed immediately, and yeah, that's what happens sometimes, but maybe he could have caught one of them off guard. Now, again, might as well just save it. It's 13 rounds for VP, and there's no point, I think, in doing this retake if you're 100 and Bubsky. It's just not worth it.
Oh, I cannot believe how this is just falling apart for Mad Lions. Acor very aggressive. He could have stayed in the cover of the bomb site and tried to take some long-range shots. He wanted to get aggressive and catch him off guard. Roy bit way too hard on the initial contact at the B bomb site. That's nerves. That's pressure of being at a 14-12 game. of probably feeling like you should have closed this out and won it some time ago. And now the real trouble is Virtus.pro has the money. If they want to chase down these weapons, they can. You have to know that Mad Lions' economy is not anything pretty. James about to turn this corner. They know exactly where Hunden is. Bubsky with the AWP. This is a desperate weapon to keep in your hand. You must have it. Hunden's certainly going to go down at some point.
Yeah, the fact that he gets the kill also tells them that Hunden's alone. So at that point, they're like, okay. So they save the 1 AWP. By the way, the nerves that you were talking about here, that's a point that's sort of recurring from the last game that we saw them play, right? Where they would have some man advantages and they would, instead of slowing it down and playing it safely and taking it easy, they would, get a little bit flustered and maybe make a couple of mistakes that they don't need to. And
this is just going to be, the frustration is just going to build more and more. As Mad Lions is like, they probably feel very similar to a lot of viewers and us to a certain extent of just saying, oh my god, they're actually in this game.
Yeah.
When did this happen? Another fast play towards the B bomb site and another understaffed B bomb site defense.
I mean, Bobsky wins the fight over at Sewer, but it doesn't really matter because they have the bomb site behind him, so he can't go back there. He can stick around, but yeah, might as well just try and leave with this AWP. It's great that he gets that first kill, but there's nothing to build behind it. Shush has picked up an AK-47. Take it and run.
That's exactly what they're doing as well. Trying to keep it quiet though, so Virtus.pro can't cheat on the hunt.
Yeah.
And there goes Hunden up top. So it's just the two saved weapons that they're attempting to save. You can see a cool new feature of our HUD as well with the red light flashing over the kit once the bomb is planted.
Oh yeah, little detail. I like it. Right now, yeah, this is about, now they're going to even it out. 14-14, tremendous job from VP. Mad Lions' point of view, it's about making sure that they have the money to fight for these last 2 rounds.
Yes, and that's the big deal about saving those weapons as well, because even if they're to lose this round, right, they have the full losing bonus in their favor, and they'll have the 2 weapons, or the money behind these 2 weapons they don't need to invest. So back into a double up, but we haven't seen that get going at all. We haven't seen even the theory behind it really have any impact. So this is tough for Mad Lions. This is almost like, I feel like Virtus.pro has just been like a hangnail in this game that Mad Lions is just trying desperately to get rid of.
Yeah, they haven't been able to. And Dren, 22 kills. He's nearly topping the server from being 1, 1, and a 7. What an absolute god. Bobsky being boosted over to try and see if he can maybe get a quick kill. They make a jump on the other side, but nothing much comes of it. There is a bit of a grenade landing, and they're looking for another B execute. There's 4 people here. Mad Lions have just had enough. If this doesn't work, well, they only have one more option. That's all 5 people in B, and that's just not advisable. Here we go. They're going to clear the corner. Shush right there, and instant shutdown. And Roy, actually, the double on him, and they're going to keep pushing into Buster. Triple kill now. He's a grenade, and he's blocked by a teammate. I think they'll take it anyway. James in a 1 versus 4. Makes it a 1 versus 3 instantly. And this is, again, deep breath. Now is where there should be some experience. There should be some leadership here to make sure they don't get picked off. Because, again, James is a frightening AWPer. Don't give him the chance.
Well, and also, you know it's the AWPer as well, so it's just don't peek. Fortunately for Mad Lions, they have 2 AWPs on the board of their own in this 3-on-1. So those AWPs are just going to say posted up on a corner. You can see Bubsky with 1 just peering towards Monster. Acor has to consider his flank, but he's watching for the fallback at stairs. And James has 40 more seconds. He's heard the sound cue of Hunden dropping. Looking for a jump, looking for any peek that's not being given. And now with 35 seconds, he's got to start getting aggressive. Going to turn the corner. He's unscoped. It'll have to be a very quick, snappy shot onto Hunden when he follows through with this. And there's the pre-fire. There's the shot. Bubsky doesn't want to peek into it. James not going to hard clear. And actually, Bubsky's playing a cerebral game. He's walking around the pillar, making sure there's no danger whatsoever. 15 rounds for Mad Lions.
It's so close. You can feel the fear on everyone left there. Maybe except for Jamie. Actually looked like he was doing just fine. Yeah. But I can almost guarantee it. Mad Lions would have been real worried about losing this round. Roy doing so much work in this one. It's a bit of a shame that he gets blocked, but what can you do?
And there's a cool, yeah, that even frustrated me a little bit. I felt bad for him. I was like, I've been there. We've all been there. But I think it's good to see Mad Lions actually adjust to such heavy play to the B bomb site. And the tough part now is, like, if you're Virtus.pro and you're saying we've won so many rounds of the B bomb site, we've been so successful there, haven't really, loved the A side of the map. That's the thing. Now that you've seen them adjust to it and put 4 players and get aggressive at the choke point, you're like, oh, they just took away our strategy that's gotten us here. Now what? We have one chance to come up with something different.
I mean, this is a rock, paper, scissors type situation, right? Because obviously VP could say, well, they're probably going to stack B again, but there's no way to know that off the bat. I would say it would just be, for the sake of comedy, it would be fun if they just went B again, just to see. It is going to be another stack at the B bomb site, so maybe it's good that they are not setting up for any kind of an immediate execute into the site. A-Core, checking this side, is a very completely identical setup here for Mad Lions, in fact.
Question is, how long are they going to keep 4 players here? Do they do it at the start just to make sure that they can't get beat and then back a player off? Because actually, Virtus.pro as well, they're doing a very similar thing. It's just slower pace. They still have a pretty big lean towards the B side of the map. Buster just now investigating Playground, but James isn't committed. And Mad Lions still, with A-Core not seeing a single thing, not seeing any utility, not feeling any pressure, Mad Lions is content to keep 4 players at B.
Well, right now, VP look like they're investigating whether or not someone is out here, because that makes sense to them, right? If maybe the reason there was 4 in B is because someone knew that there was no one on the A side in the previous round, so they actually just want to make sure that that doesn't happen again at the very least. I'm getting a bit nervous.
This
Look at
push.
the time. Yeah, oh yeah, that's absolutely right. The push into Suet. Kickit is here. Roy goes down, and Kickit now could use a little bit of backup. Shush gonna go for the fight, and he only barely wins it, down to 6 health. If they had an HE, they could probably get rid of him right now. Bobski peering into it, takes one down with the AWP, and again, time is running a bit low. 35 seconds, smoke, it goes really, really deep. They could have maybe tried to beat that, but they just weren't really feeling it, and now only under 30 seconds. They need to go pretty quickly, otherwise they're gonna run out of time. They got 3 people inside of the bomb site, and VP, they've made such a stunning run to even get into this game, but they might not have the chance to actually complete it. The Molotov even to block them out. Buster gets a kill, but he can't follow through, and Sanji with the bomb, he's stuck outside, and time is out. 10 seconds left. Buster goes down, and it's 16-14 for Mad Lions. They survived the VP scare in the end. It took everything they had, but they managed to do it.